What is up, man? How's everybody doing? Dude, I missed you guys.
Yes, good to see you. Missed you last week. We had some good conversation. Missing John this week. Hopefully everything's good with him. We got a last minute. Hey, I'm not going to make it, guys. So it's just us two this week. How was Vid Summit? Did you have a good time?
Dude, I had a blast. They worked us to the bone. I did. I will say, though, and I know this is kind of like an expected thing, but I don't care because I enjoyed it. Most of the time, I'm like totally professional, and I'm like, or I pretend I act well, and I'm going there and we're talking to fairly decent sized channels and stuff like that. But I got to run into a guy who's probably like my all-time favorite creator. Or he's real high up there. He's going to be a top 3. And I got to say hi to him, and I got to actually like talk to him for about 5 minutes, and it just totally like made my day. Like the whole trip was worth it. Just get to talk to that guy for a minute.
Did you get any selfies with him or?
No, I was fanboying. Like I'm not, and I told him straight up, like I'm geeking out right now. I was honest about it, but I didn't get any photos. I wish I did. We were at a party, so it's the I don't know. People get kind of weird about that sometimes. I was trying to be kind of normal.
Oh yeah, I understand. What's up, Scully Nation Adventures? Hope you're feeling better. Seemed he wasn't feeling too good over the weekend. Missed out on Sharkathon. Ben Cornelius. Wrecked the whole weekend. Yeah, I seen some videos from John. He had posted on his Facebook page where I think he was doing some inshore fishing. Mm-hmm. And I think they were on North Padre Island, and then I saw where he had checked in at Corpus Christi there, somewhere to eat, somewhere new. But yeah, it looked like the conditions were pretty rough.
I came back Friday morning. I got home from the conference at 1:00 in the morning, so I was a little bit burnt on Friday. It required a little recovery time. I did manage to get over there, and man, those conditions were insane. There were some guys that were reporting 8-foot surf. I want to say it was probably closer to 5 or 6, but just I don't know how people were able to paddle out baits with a kayak. Like I just don't even understand how they were able to do it. But they did. Some guy won the whole tournament with a 10-foot tiger shark, which I'm super jealous of. I want a tiger shark.
Nice.
You'd say it's an 11? Rachel's yelling at me. Said that it was an 11-foot tiger shark and a 10-foot hammerhead got second place.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I'm super jealous of that.
Very nice.
I want a tiger shark. I want a tiger shark bad.
Heck yeah. Polish PR, good to have you back. Hope everything's been good.
What's up, man?
We Go Fishing. What's up? We Go Fishing. Man, they are just killing the redfish down there.
Yeah, Ben. So I did make it out. We're gonna take a look at pictures here in just a minute. Well, let me show you. I'll show you the Sharkathon stuff now. We'll go ahead and pull it up. Gotcha. I got your stuff. I don't have anything from John. I'm not seeing them.
Yeah, I didn't see where he had posted anything in Discord.
So yeah, Ben, I don't know where you're at. I'm guessing you were down on pins or something to see that wreck.
I saw that somewhere. Facebook or Discord one, all those. I think the caption was like, "These conditions are terrible" or something.
I just realized it misspelled your name, Ben. I apologize for that. Too many B's. And then I did manage to get out. I went out and got a nice red. My father-in-law got a nice red, and when I got it in one cast Sunday afternoon. We were just about to leave, come back because the girls had to go to school and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make one cast. I got myself a good red. I was like, you know what? Like, I've got to come back on Monday. So I went back on Monday, fished my brains out, and I didn't catch anything. Now Rich did manage to get himself a nice size red on Monday. So we didn't get skunked. But I tell you what, so I had an interesting one, and I'm really curious, you guys. Like, I'm glad we got the crew that we do. Scully, We Go Fishing, Ben, Cool Movies. You guys, I need your thoughts on this. I had something happen, and I have no idea what caused this. I don't know how it happened. But so I was out fishing, and I had the big surf casting rod out, and I had it out by the third bar. I swam it out, did what I normally do. This rod has it has 60-pound mono is my top shot. And then I had a 36-inch wire leader, 175-pound test. I was looking for sharks. That mono got cut. I do not understand how that, like, not only did this happen, I had a big bait. I had a whole mullet on there. The line, the top shot got cut. That's 36 inches of wire leader, but it wasn't torn up like the tail of the shark will hit that. It's like sandpaper. They'll hit the line and they'll abrade it and they'll end up wearing it down and they'll cut it. But there was no abrasion on my line. It was just like cut with a knife. And again, like 36 inches up the line. And it was just a one hit, like the rod got hit and then the line went slack. And not only did this happen, it happened to me twice in a row. Something cut my mono right there by the leader. And I have no clue what could have caused that other than just luck of the draw. The line got caught in the shark's mouth somehow is the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I mean, if they're swallowing your bait whole and about 3 foot of line, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe they just accidentally, they smelled the bait and while swimming up to it, they accidentally got caught in the line. One time I did see on a tuna trip, we saw tuna attacking the FG knot that ties the mono to the braid. And maybe that's what's going on. I mean, for it to happen is one thing. That's something. That's whatever. But to happen twice in a row like that, I have no clue. Like, I don't know how that could have happened.
Yeah. So what's the solution to that? You get a longer leader?
my solution, I went straight. I'm not even kidding. I packed up. I went straight to the tackle store, and I had them re-spool the reel with a higher pound line.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay, so Ben's saying he had that happen with Spanish mackerels. So I've seen similar, like Spanish mackerel, kingfish. Those guys love to cut you off. I like using a wire leader with kingfish as a result of that, if you can do it, if you're catching enough of them, because they do get line shy. But with just like a bait sitting out there in the water, I have like.
I don't know if you froze or I froze.
There it is. Sorry about that. You hear me now?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was you or me with just the two of us. It's hard to tell. I was trying to get over to the YouTube side.
I think it was me on my little replay thing over here. I'm froze up with a really funny looking face because that's how it always gets you.
Gotcha. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks for suffering through with us on that. So my thought would be they swallowed it. It must have been a large shark. In order for him to swallow that, so the rig that I made had a triple swivel, wire, 36 inches of wire leader to the hook, 36 inches of wire leader to the weight. I guess it's possible a big shark could have swallowed that whole thing.
Yeah, that 11-footer that you're wanting.
Right? That tiger shark I was looking, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I was upset. Dude, I wanted a shark so bad. I wanted one of those big ones so bad. But those conditions were rough, man. I don't envy anybody that was out there doing that last weekend. Like, kudos to the guys. Only 30% of the contestants even competed. Like 70% of the guys didn't turn anything in.
Yeah, I did see where somebody had commented on one of John's posts. Don't quote, but I think they said they were on pins about 8 or 9 miles out. Said conditions were rough, but that's where we're at basically. So I don't know if he ever made it down there or not.
I tell you what, I will say, anybody that can figure out the dilemma of getting that bait offshore probably don't have to go too far. You do have to have a pretty heavy weight. But I mean, your odds are, you're 70% more likely to, win if you can do that in conditions like that. I was weighing that one. So the redfish that won was a 39-inch redfish. Is that right, Rach? 39 inches?
I believe it was in the
Yeah, so it was a 39. I think it was a 39 that won. The one that I got at Sharkathon a couple years ago was a 40. So, and that's a completely doable catch down here. So I'm kind of like, oh, the redfish would have been something to try for. And I think the trout was like a 26 incher. He wasn't. Yeah, we've caught 26 before.
Huh.
Rachel's such a pro. She's back here saying that the redfish that we had was more than likely a lot bigger than 40 inches, just because we had the wrong tape measure. So I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna stand behind that comment.
Yeah, I'd say it was at least 44, right?
Oh yeah, it was an easy 72 or somewhere in there. Yeah, we did feed like 4 or 5 people with that thing. Because we did tag it for that whole deal.
We're not Jesus, so.
Can you hear her?
I can hear her. I can make out some of what she's saying.
Yeah, okay. We need to get her like on mic sometime. She's washing dishes right now, and her comments are just hilarious. I can't even redo it. So that was our weekend. Grant, tell us about yours, because I love your story.
Well, it was actually youth weekend here in Illinois for the youth. So if I wanted to go bow hunting, I would have had to wear orange. And it was windy. I really wasn't into going bow hunting. Wanted to go fishing more than anything, but it was way windy. We did have a friend over in Kentucky Sunday evening. She's a 35-year-old using a crossbow, and she messaged Janet Sunday night saying that she had shot a buck and sent a picture, posted a picture in Discord. Like, they've got those cell cams. So she got a picture of it, a few minutes before it walked out into the field. And she had shot it in a cut cornfield. Well, her husband helped her find the bolt, and they couldn't find. It was weird. Found the bolt, but her broadhead, she's using a fixed blade, 3-blade fixed blade broadhead, and the bolt was found about 40 yards from where she shot it, and it was missing the broadhead. I have no idea why. I mean, that's unexplainable there. Well, then he couldn't find any blood Sunday night, so yesterday, the holiday, we went over there and we helped her look pretty much all morning. I did find some blood and tracked some blood probably about 200 yards through the woods. And then it opened up into a bean field. I did post a little short video yesterday of that. I come out of the woods and there's one drop of blood. And I don't know. I think that deer's probably still alive. There just wasn't much blood at all. She wasn't 100% sure on where she hit it, but like that last drop of blood, before that there was probably one drop of blood about 10 feet. Behind that there was probably a drop of blood about 20 feet. I mean, it was few and far between. It was tough, very tough finding blood. So we got to the bean field, and that's what I told her. I said it could have went anywhere from here. We looked for another 30 minutes or so and couldn't find any more blood. So she went back and looked. She was actually off again today, and she went back and looked again this morning. I think her and her husband went and looked when he got off work yesterday to show him what I had found. And I think that deer's still alive. I think she just made a bad shot on it. They're tough. Sometimes you can shoot them and they won't take another step, and then other times they'll just live.
That's if you haven't seen it, check out Grant's channel. He just did a shorts video about this, and it's a cool little video. He takes you through the experience of it and the end of that whole, how that thing ended, which I won't spoil for you here, but it's I don't know, unique. It's cool. Something I think we've all probably been through at one point or another. Tracking them, you had to drive down there to help them. How long of a drive was that to go do that?
It's just over 30 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, we're not far. It's not too bad. And it's a pretty sweet spot. I'd never been over there. Janet, she had been over there once. But man, it's not their property. It's actually across the road from where they live, but they got permission, and it is a sweet setup for sure.
That's definitely like somebody you want to make friends with when they have like a setup like that. Go out there, help them track their stuff, kind of show them that you're you're helpful and you're a valuable person to have out there. That's always the way I play that game.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was surprised we found blood as much as we did, but I don't know. Hopefully it'll pop back up on camera the next day or two and it's still alive.
Yeah, that'll be good to hear. Keep us updated on that. And if they do, put out another shorts video about that, like put a part 2, make a continuation of it.
Definitely. Yeah, I started filming a garden video Sunday evening. Got the garden all tidied up, and I was probably about 3/4 of the way through my video and realized I wasn't recording anymore. So the Verizon guy that made fun of me for paying $100 extra for the 256 gig phone said I would never fill it up. It's full. So I've got.
That's not funny, but man, that's like such a, such like a YouTube kind of a problem. I do it with my phone. I do everything with the phone. I don't do the whole computer thing. And one thing I did opt into, and it does put a little, I'm not going to say it puts an asterisk on that. I'm going to make that claim regardless. But I will say it's kind of a different ballgame. I did opt in for the terabyte on the phone because I wanted to be able to film. Like I've still got the videos that I filmed, the footage from earlier this summer. So I can save them on there, and I can go back. Like right now when I'm filming, I'm like, oh yeah, look what happened last time, and I can still pull the footage from 3 months ago to show you, make it more interesting, I guess, or whatever.
Definitely.
Also, it helps to be able to film like 6 videos if you're having like one of those weeks or whatever. Go out on 6 fishing trips, film 6 videos, and then edit them and publish. I don't have to worry about deleting everything off my phone so I can film the next video.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally get it. That's what I was looking through to see what kind of stuff I wanted to delete. Shoot, I found hey, here's the bare ground where I'm about to plant my raspberries and blackberries, and now to look at them, it's big difference. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you need to do that video too. I want to see that, like the time lapse of it.
Yeah.
There's a channel that I don't like watching them because they don't do it right, but it's an entire channel where what they do is and I'm totally like into this. Like I want to do this for a living. They buy up like John boats and they do aluminum installations on them. Like they make all the decks, they make them into bass boats. It looks fascinating to me. I love it. And they do time lapse videos of them. The problem I have with it, the reason I like what they do, but I just can't watch them, is because they make them like 35-minute videos of time lapses with like, I don't know, it's just like too long. It's too much for what they do. They need to condense that down, in my opinion. I can't watch a 35-minute time lapse.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I probably need to make more time lapse videos. It does add some to a video, 35 minutes of a time lapse is a little much.
I have a hard time. I record my time lapses like and I like to plug in time lapses in slow motion. I do it too much. Like I'll be the first one to admit it. But I do try to record. Like I record 12 to 15 seconds of time lapse, and then I try to cut that down to like 6 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I like your wave lapses and
do
the sun and the sky and the clouds and all that moving fast. That's pretty cool. It does.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to vary it up and do it a little bit different, so it's a little bit not the same thing every single time.
Definitely.
Because I get to the beach, even on Monday when I went out, I was enjoying it. It was a pretty day. I was enjoying being at the beach. I was enjoying fishing. And I am very appreciative. Like I know I'm out there on a Monday, and I know just how like lucky I am to be able to be out on a Monday fishing on Padre Island on a pretty day. So, but I'm still out there, and I'm sitting there, and I did like you'll see the video. It's going to be like 3 videos from now, but I've got the slow motion of the wave rolling in. I've got the time lapse of the clouds going over. And I know I've done this shot before, but to me, it's like I'm enjoying recording it. I'm enjoying, to me, that's like the mood and the feeling of what's going on. So it might be redundant sometimes. I'm going to try to not make it redundant. But man, that's just how I feel. Like I just enjoy looking at that stuff as much as,
Right.
I don't anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to, I'm going to try to implement more stuff in there to make it more unique. Like, I don't know, a couple years ago I was doing, or maybe it was last year, I had that little subscribe sign that I would throw into it. And I thought that got redundant. That's why I stopped doing it. I think there needs to be something in those shots, but I don't know what yet. There'll be something. I'll figure something. Maybe a fish on the beach or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, maybe if it's something you can compare to, have a little clip, or instead of subscribe, say watch last year's video right here.
Good call, man. See, that's what we need, idea, whatever sessions or whatever, brainstorming sessions and stuff like that, because that's a fantastic idea. That's exactly what I need to use it for, is a callback to previous shots.
Yeah. See how much Mexico has changed since last year, the year before.
Yeah, can't wait to do that one. Absolutely.
Mm.
We have been on like the Mexico one. We have that restaurant that we always go to, and that thing is slowly falling off into the ocean. So we do always try to get a shot of that guy. One of these days, I swear I'm going to ride that thing right down into the water.
Mm.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, so Ben saying, on Monday, I saw over a dozen reds taking off the Packery jetty. That's where we were at, Grant. We were on the north jetty. The south one's the other one. Plus 2 sheep's head, a few trout. The couple next to me found a school of tiny mangrove snapper in the rocks on the surf side. That's I don't know why. I assumed that being a Monday that everybody else was not there. And I assumed that with just the stuff that we had going on Friday and Saturday that really messed me up. I just assumed that I missed everybody, and I didn't want to mess anybody else's schedule up, which is why I didn't get in touch with people. And I apologize if I read that wrong. Man, if I'd have known you were out there on Monday, in hindsight, I am sorry. I would have enjoyed being out there with you. We were at Bob Hall Pier, so we could literally see the jetty from where we were standing, where we were fishing. And you guys probably did better than me. There was a lot of reds. There was a lot of reds Sunday night and Monday. Trout, everything else. There's fish out there. There's a lot of fish moving through right now. A lot of mangroves getting caught, which I think is like, they're not really native. I think they're moving through. I think they maybe established a population that wasn't here probably 8 years ago, I think. They are hard to catch, so you have to be you kind of have to know what you're doing in order to get them. Maybe that's the case. I don't know, but that's not something that I've seen a whole lot of until recently. What's up, Gunpoint? How are you doing, man? Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, I want to do some of that Ben and Karen, the We Go Fishing style, with a bobber and a live shrimp, I want to do some of that.
Yeah, so do I. Ben and Karen, I would like to go do some of that popping cork with a live shrimp. You know, Grant's got the excuse of being far away, but yeah, some of us don't have that excuse.
Right. What's up, Brandon O'Neill? Good to see you.
What's up, man? How are you doing? Did you manage to get out this weekend and do any fishing? There's a lot of redfish out there, dude. There's fish to catch. Yeah, so I like to harass Ben about the fact that we live in pretty close proximity to each other, and we never get the chance to go out fishing with each other. We it's been like 5 years we've known each other. I've never seen him in 3D. Like I have my friends up in, Michigan and some of these other places now. No, Ben, we didn't run into Ben at Sharkathon. That was everybody else except Ben. Different Ben. Yeah, that's Ben Kovadubius. That's Ben 1. This is Ben 2. Relegating you to Ben 2 now, buddy. Rachel says I should have called him Ben 3, then she would have understood.
No offense. Didn't want to be a customer.
It's time you started posting kills in the hunting general chat. Yeah, Ben, I need to find a place to go. I tell you what, when I was up in Dallas last week, I did my typical game down here. So anybody who's not familiar, in Texas, it is super hard to find hunting land to go on. Like, we don't have a whole lot of public land. You got to know a rancher. You got to know somebody to go hang out with. You got to make friends with them. And it's the same deal as getting on a boat. Like, you have to really earn the trust, and you have to be somebody who provides some kind of value for them to want to let you on their land, whether you're paying or not. And so when I was up in Dallas, I ran into a YouTuber who I know, like, he lives in Dallas, and he's a pretty big guy now, but I've known him I've known him for a couple of years. He doesn't know me. So I went and introduced myself, and I started talking to him. He started talking about how now he is buying land in Dallas. Like, he does a plumbing channel, and his channel is doing so well that he stopped doing plumbing. He's just doing YouTube videos now, and he's part owner in a company that he sold, or he's a consultant on it. And he bought a bunch of land up in Dallas to do his studio for his YouTube work. And so that gave me an in to talk to the guy. But I was like, man, his name's Roger. I was like, Roger, one of the problems you were going to have, and I'm totally selling this from like a YouTube buddy standpoint, one of the problems you were going to have when you're buying land in any place in Texas like Dallas, you need to be clearing that land, and you're going to have problems with the deer and the hogs tearing up the land. I said, man, I want to help you. If you need any help at all clearing any of that. And he's like, you know what? Let's talk. Let's just, we exchanged information. We'll see if that goes anywhere.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, Zane, to like address that, I definitely want to do that. I'm working hard to try to make that happen. It's so hard to find a place to go. Grant, are you doing public land, or do you have a place where you go?
I've got a few small private spots that I can hunt, but it's mainly public. I mean, if you want to put in the work, there's a ton of public land around here.
Mm-hmm. I guess they don't let you bait them in or anything like that, huh? You have to go out there.
No, there's no baiting in Illinois. That was something cool about going to Kentucky yesterday morning. She's like, yeah, right there's the corn pile he was standing at when I shot him.
The corn pile.
Mm-hmm.
I know people. I don't know how to have this conversation without, like, I'm really not going to sell anybody out. I'm going to be careful about that because I want to get onto people's lands. I know that there are tricks you can do about baiting them. Like maybe if you have a natural attractant growing in the vicinity of your land, you can cater your hunting towards that, or maybe it's on your land.
Right.
No, I'm not saying names. I'm not dropping names on that.
Yeah, really the only thing you can do here is food plots. But, I'm sure there are people that do put out a bag of corn, in the salt blocks and mineral licks. But, yeah, they don't want us to here because of the chronic wasting disease, blue tongue.
We talked about that last year. I remember that conversation, and I don't understand where that comes into play. Is it because they socialize more that stuff spreads?
Yeah, and then I think that's the main issue is too many deer being together, too big of a herd eating out of the same food. I don't know. I think it's just so their deer don't get shot as much.
I would be totally fine. To me, when I heard that, like right now when we were talking about it, what I immediately went to was like, well, you have public land and you don't want people baiting on public land. You're going to have people shooting at each other. You're going to have, you're going to bait in all the deer to one spot, and then the whole rest of the area is not going to have anything at all. And I think that's a perfectly valid reason to not allow baiting. Chronic wasting disease to me sounds like kind of nonsense.
Yeah. Well, they do have it in the northern part of the state. And there's been a few deer that I think I've seen that are skinny as just basically fur and bones, and just standing there on the side of the road. It's like, yeah, he's either been hit or he's got one of these diseases.
Okay. Nothing stopping you from buying a non-resident tag and bringing a climber to a state that does have a good amount of public land. You're not wrong about that. Okay, so the problem with that, I got tons of excuses, and I understand fully where I stand with that. We do have public land here that I can hunt. It's boat accessible only. So I'm working on the whole boat thing is my approach to this, which I have the motor, I have the boat. I've just got to get everything put together. You're absolutely right. Now, my excuse on not leaving the state for hunting is that 12-hour drive it takes to get out of Texas. But you're not wrong. I mean, that's absolutely something I could be doing. And it's not something that I've considered enough. Absolutely. My camp in Pennsylvania is called Salt Lickers because we had game wardens on us in the 80s about it.
Some states it's perfectly legal.
Can I get a t-shirt?
Well, Texas, you can bait in Texas, right? You can have feeders.
Yeah, we can bait here.
Pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of pets.
Yeah, it's not cool.
We need to go to Mansfield and go film some deer stuff down there. If we're not going to hunt,
Not hunting, that's killing you.
I know that that's not hunting; it's fishing a barrel. Ben, if you guys are going to hunt, I could watch some range time videos, getting things sighted in ammo used target contest. Grant, I could use the exact same thing, dude. Like I could use an entire series of stuff getting me up to speed.
Yeah,
You'd be my guy on that.
if I'm deer hunting and shooting a bow, which they did start allowing a rifle this year, it's got to be a single shot. There's a lot of stuff to it. I didn't even look into it that much because I'm not that interested. But I know there are a few people that are going to use a single shot, something or another, to try to shoot them with the rifle this year. I live in town. I've got shotguns and a 22, and that's about it.
Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not familiar with what our rule is on that. Typically, the hunting that I do is going to be with my 45-70 or my 30-30, which are saddle guns. So that's 4 shots I can fit in there. I don't know if we have a 1-shot rule, and I kind of hope that we don't.
I doubt you do. Like I said, hadn't been able to use a rifle. It's either been a muzzleloader or a shotgun. So it's new. We'll see what the difference it is. And I think it's mainly because, say, the top 3/4 of the state's flat. We got some little mountains, little hills here in the southern part, but yeah, I'd like to have more guns and farm on the country to shoot guns and make those kind of videos.
I would too. Yeah, Zane, I want to talk to you about a Salt Lickers hat, dude. I am all about that. That's awesome, top to bottom. So much, like the story behind it, just the name. Like you should do a brand, Salt Lickers.
Mm-hmm.
My boss was telling me how he camps on BLM grounds in Colorado, and it took me 5 full seconds to realize he meant the Bureau of Land Management and not Black Lives Matter.
Nice.
Ben, I need that t-shirt. We talked about this or something because we talked about it in Discord or something somewhere because I've heard that before, and it took me a second to figure it out all over again when you said it just now.
300 Win Mag, 1,000 yards. It's pretty far.
That is another thing that I've never done anything near that. Now, my 30, it's been a while since I've been able to do any shooting, but my 30-30, I can hit dimes at 100 yards. I would love to do 1,000-yard shots. I've never had the opportunity to try anything like that.
I think I've shot, knowing I was shooting and off of a rest and all that, 150 yards with a muzzleloader is the farthest I've shot.
100, yeah, I want to say I've done maybe 120, maybe. Yeah, Colorado's gorgeous. I probably put Colorado as a top 3. Okay, so you want to talk about like top like places ever? If we're talking hunting, just like land in general, I probably put I almost say California. Put Colorado top 3. Wisconsin is gorgeous. Wisconsin has absolutely totally grown on me. Minnesota, just I've seen Yellowstone enough to, I know everything about Minnesota. I know it's gorgeous. And then Colorado is going to be number 3 on that one.
Yeah, I've been to Colorado. It's been 26 years ago, probably.
It's been a while for me too. The 90s.
Yeah, it was late 90s. What's up, Mark J. Larson? Good to see you.
What's up, man? How'd your trip go? Well, I know you got the video on it, but he was also traveling. I don't know if that was last week. I know the video just came out.
I guess I got the notification on that.
I would go to New Mexico for elk and Wyoming for pronghorn. I would definitely want elk. I definitely want to do that. Pronghorn are cool, but if we're talking species that I really want to get, elk is like, that is up there. And then I think probably like the second one would be the nilgai that we have down here. That's like, that I haven't got one yet, so I can't even like. And then probably like I want a regular whitetail buck. Like I want what all of you guys are getting up in the Midwest. That's my top 3. I want that. I'll have a new bucket list after I'm done, but that's my bucket list right now.
For now, right? And that's very easily doable.
Yeah, it's easier. I have my ton of excuses, but you're right. It's absolutely doable. Just got to do it. Just got to do it. Oh, Ben was just putting his vote. That's funny.
So we got to go eat supper.
Yeah, totally understand that. Ben used a 308 Winchester, and I think longest shot was 275. With a 308, like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of Ben putting his vote in for A, do we have 2 weeks worth of photos since last week we couldn't get that to work?
Yeah, we do. And you know what? Let's continue this conversation. I want to hear the best places to go hunting. I want to hear your thoughts on all that. We're going to look at some pictures while we're doing that. Because we've got a few to look at here. This is, of course, the photos of the week. This is courtesy of the premier Fishing and Hunting Outdoors server on Discord. If you are not a member, you need to jump in on that. There is a link in the description of the video down below. Come have some fun with us. This is where all of our pictures are coming from. This is where we have these conversations when we're not streaming. So come and have some fun. Kicking things off with these, I mean, there's just so many pictures. We got so many people doing so many things. Every one of these guys could have like a total like full screen photo on this. Just great catches across the board. Vigo, Haunt, Day, X-Gull, Farmer Derby, Pepe Gap, and Jarl. His name's blocked by the little thing up there. Sorry, let me see this. Yeah, and I still can't see it.
Some cool fish.
We're going to see more from Jarl in a minute here, so I'll get your name in a minute, man.
Nice flathead.
Of course, redfish this year. I think Vigo, I think that's a muskie. It might be a pike, but I think it's a muskie. X-Gull killing out the salt water with a nice little Spanish mac and a good little redfish. Pepe had a whole thing about that catfish. He had videos posted. We couldn't bring on videos, but he had a whole deal on it. It's pretty cool. Good sized catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Gunpoint. Now, this dude, 2 weeks of this guy does not even, like, it doesn't even do justice because he is tearing it up.
He is nonstop catching some fish.
Every single day. This is one of his. He's got a whole other thing here. And I think that's his first white bass, and I think that's his first drum.
Nice. I need about 10 of those crappie if somebody could help me out with that.
Oh man, I'm telling you. And you know what else? Like putting this slideshow together, I don't think that crappie is in a. I don't think it's in the finals over here. And I want to bring that up just because that photo, that fish, totally deserves to be. Like Gunpoint, you totally deserve to be in the thing at the end of this. We had so many pictures. My apologies for not having you in there. That's an awesome shot. Please keep it coming.
Yeah, nice variety. Very nice.
Next up, we got PX Hamo, Ducky, Vestuvian, and Black Warrior Lures. Black Warrior Lures, he is making those slow pitch jig lures, and on top of that, he just makes really good photos of them. I don't normally like to put in pictures of like tackle kind of stuff, you know, unless it's like somebody's like work of art or something along those lines. For him, it is a work of art, so I'm proud to have his work on here. Vestuvian managed to get out and do some fishing. Ducky got a couple of these guys. That was the only picture that he got. Man, Ducky, you got to get the pictures in, dude. We want to look at this stuff. And then PX Hamo had multiple good catches. That pike, though, I'm a fan.
It's pretty.
I'm a fan of pike in general.
Yeah, I've got to find a place I can catch pike.
I don't know what the thing is. I have a total, like, I remember the first one I got up in Wisconsin was like 4 years ago. And it was such an exciting catch. The whole experience was just awesome. And now and it's such a unique and strange fish compared to everything that we find down here, that every time we get them, it's like this alien dinosaur fish to me. I don't know what the deal is, but I just love it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Wild Japan? We haven't seen any of your pictures yet.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not even going to try to do the names on these guys. We get Nolan. I think Nolan with 2 A's is the one I can pronounce. But you can see it. These guys are tearing it up. Great catches just across the board.
Yeah, that's a cooler full.
Yeah. And that dude in the middle, that's his first yellowfin. Yellowfin's a pretty hardcore one to get into.
I'd say that size would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing would be a beast.
Yeah, good fish.
That sailfish on the right, that'd be a lot of fun too. That is a heck of a catch. Not as good eating as the other two, but the catch itself would just be a lot of fun.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get on some of those. We get the aquaholic in the boat, John. Come on now. Come on.
Exactly.
Tell
Hopefully he's working on that right now. We didn't even talk about that. We just like jumped into everything tonight. We didn't even like announce the fact that John's not with us.
Yeah,
sorry about that, John.
No, we did. We did at the beginning.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, some awesome fish.
Guys, just getting outdoors. Ghost and Jarl Venny. That's the last name, Venny. Just getting out there and just trucking. They had a whole thing that they were doing about mudding all over the place and taking pictures of their truck, and I was enjoying it. And then got himself a nice little buck.
Yeah, it's pretty rack there. Maybe 9, 10 pointer. Heck yeah.
Now, I don't know the first thing about this gentleman. So, rate homings. We need more information on you and what you're doing. I'm guessing this is Alaska. All we got was a ton of these photos. I'm guessing this is from a trip they did or something. I don't know, but it's out there. We got the bear, the moose, the salmon, dogs, planes, canoe, you name it. I don't know what is going on here, but I know it is a freaking adventure.
No doubt. Yeah, he had a good weekend.
Yeah, right. We have another picture of a in the hunting thing we have coming up, so he got a little bit more on there. We'll see some in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool. We got Leach and Jackson getting out there. They got themselves a couple of fish. Farmer Darby found a 1 in 10,000 blue crawfish.
Pretty cool. I've seen them in fish tanks, or online for sale, but in the wild, that would be pretty neat.
That's what I was saying. Like, that thing needs to go into a fish tank.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. Especially in that light.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sunfish and bass.
EVR is working on a YouTube channel. I hope that we are going to be hearing more about that in the near future. Gorgeous salmon. Trout, I'm sorry. Gorgeous trout. I just love the coloring on those things. Is some of the most beautiful coloring in like all fish, anything you can do fishing. I think it's just one of those beautiful looking fish.
Yeah, that needs to be a topic one of these days. I guess what's the ugliest fish?
That's a good one. Yeah. So you know what? We'll do a post on that. I'm gonna do a thing on that.
I'd say most fish are beautiful. You could say are pretty. For the most part, most fish are unique to their species and got different colors and accents. But there's got to be the ugly fish.
I totally agree. And you know what? That's what we're going to do next week. Remind me of that. That needs to be it, because there's a ton of conversation that we can have about that one. Toadfish, that guy can be in on the conversation. I'm going to say the stargazer is one.
I've seen that.
But we can save that. We need to have that conversation. We need to flesh that conversation out. And we got Clay. That's our pet keeper. He's the one that's collecting all the species. He managed to get out there and get a ton, like a couple of really nice fish just in general. A lot bigger than what we're accustomed to seeing from him. Rolf, Bugman, and Tigers fan. Everybody getting good fish.
Mm-hmm. Nice variety.
And I got to say that, is that a lake trout on the right? Tigers fan?
I don't remember seeing that on Discord. I'm not sure. It's not anything I've ever caught.
Yeah, same here. Like, I want it, whatever it is. I know it tastes good, but I'll also say Rolf's catfish right there, that thing would have been a beast to reel in.
Yeah, that's a nice catfish. Definitely see its head's bigger than his hand by far.
Yeah. I measure all my catches by some sort of body part, and if it's bigger than any kind of body part, it's going to be something. Unless you're measuring with like pink thickness or something like that. Otherwise, if you're measuring like length of your arm or the size of your foot or the width of your hand, when you start doing measurements like that, you got something for real.
Yep. Can't tell.
And we got Starry, Amzupa, Rush Hour Fishing, and Jim. A bunch of beautiful catches across the board. Rush Hour, that's a heck of a kingfish, man.
Yeah, it's pretty. First fish on a fly for Starry. Cool.
Little bluegill. Yeah, robinfish, Amzupa, those things are just gorgeous. That kingfish, it's the funniest thing. They're like a real common sports fish down here. They're a lot of fun to catch. They're real easy to catch, like if you know what you're doing. We've been doing YouTube for 6 years. I think we're right at, we're about the 450 video mark. I have never caught one of those on camera.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
I caught a ton of them, just never did it on camera. We don't really fish for them anymore, but I enjoy it. Yeah, they can. Yeah, you're right. They can tear through line, and they're good at it. That's why I like to use wire leader on them, but you don't get as good of a hook set. They got really good eyes. Speaking of we go fishing, obviously Karen and Ben tearing it up on the redfish. We alluded to that earlier. Karen with a 37-inch redfish, ma'am. Just so you know, you're 2 inches shy of winning Sharkathon with that fish. Cool spot pattern on that too.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. Pretty cool. Yeah, they just been wearing them out.
That 27 is an absolute prize because the slot on those guys is 20 to 28. So whenever you're anything just under 28, you're walking home with a free fish.
Right. So that's that 27-inch. That's what you want, I'd say. You know, that's the biggest you can keep without using your
Did I
tag.
freeze,
Right?
or is that me? Did I freeze?
Must have been me then, because I can hear you.
No. I think it was me. I popped out for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, that 27-inch, that's a total prize. That 37 would take a tag, and it's probably not going to eat as well. The meat's not going to be as good. They might have worms, issues like that. But man, that 27 is just perfect.
Right. Yeah, that's the one you want.
Yep, for sure. Karen, good job.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Keep after him.
Tournament winner, if you did tournaments. Exactly.
There you go.
That's the next step of the equation. Go get into some tournaments.
No doubt. I have total faith in them too.
Yep, me too. I went in on that boat if that happens. Wild Japan got himself trail cam raccoon horror movie pics. That's just, he had a couple of these trail cam pics. This one in particular stood out as just like that is the stuff of horror movies.
Right. It says, I'm coming for you.
And continuing on that horror trend, this is also Wild Japan. Had a storm rolling in. Just thought that was a totally gorgeous shot.
Yes. I saw that picture in Discord. That's just creepy, crazy looking. Like,
Right? Seeing that blow in?
Yeah, it's crazy looking.
That looks like that front line. I know it's different parts of the world, but man, you see something like that down, not necessarily down here, but maybe a little bit further up north. That's where you see tornadoes.
Oh yeah,
Start
yeah.
to form is in that line.
Yeah, that's like not even a wall cloud. That's like a universe changer cloud or something.
Mm-hmm. That picture with that sound of the tornado alarm, that siren going off, that is what they need to do like every Halloween.
Yeah.
That feeling just is the epitome of Halloween. What's up, Peter? How you doing, man?
How's it going, Peter?
And of course, Wild Japan had to go out and also get into some awesome fishing. That trout in particular, I think he said it's been a while since he got himself a trout. He got himself a good one on this. Excellent catch, sir.
Yes. Eater.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting caught up on my. I've been a couple of days since I've been able to watch YouTube. I'm getting caught up on videos. So, Mark, you've got your video that you're doing with the trapping conference. Wild Japan, I'm sure you've got videos of all this stuff coming out. Grant, you've got your shorts video that I think I've seen, but I'm definitely going to rewatch it because I remember parts of it, but I want to see the whole thing with probably audio on. I'm getting caught up on everything, guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing, like, if this is a video, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Right.
Next up, we got Rolf, more with clay and shiny catfish. Just another solid series of excellent catches, guys. I like that walleye.
Yep, that's good size. Can't see.
Always a fan of them pike, too. Man, that walleye, that's a heck of a catch right there.
Yep, some good fish, guys.
Hey, we even got a sports correspondent here. Ben's reporting an Astros win. Cheers to that. Wild Japan saying I try to get out a video every week. Solid. I try to. I'm going to focus more on trying to make it like, I don't know. I want to focus on making sure that like the video I have out is something I want people to see. I don't want to be embarrassed about it. But yeah, the weekly posting schedule can help you out, man. It can work for you. Mark says he's got a tanning video, tanning a huge otter. You don't want to miss that one. No, I don't want to miss that one. That's awesome.
It would be neat.
Looking forward to it, man. Strong Knight and Bastuvian getting out there and getting themselves some good bass. Good job, guys, on that. Awesome catches all the way around. I know I'm missing photos and all this. I apologize that being the case, but you guys keep doing what you're doing. You're getting some awesome catches.
Yes.
Bino with a ton of awesome bass picks, including a new PB. Awesome picks, man.
Yeah, kind of weird the way he's holding it, but okay.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like, you know what he's doing? He's trying to get that good picture, and I commend you on that. You know, he's trying all the different angles. He's holding it the different ways. It's a little awkward. I'm sure the fish is wondering what the hell he's doing, but
yeah,
he's trying to get a good pick.
A big old mouth on it.
Yeah, buckets. There you go, Zane. I wasn't gonna leave you without some red meat, dude. Moneybag Yo got himself a nice little rack he's working on, and he also got himself a little duck. Tigers fan, seeing him on the camera. Brant, you're seeing good ones, and of course, Bajib got his first deer. Congratulations on that, sir.
Yeah, that's first deer is awesome.
Yeah,
That was actually the one I went to look for to go track. That picture there.
yeah. The one on the right, that's the one.
Yeah, the one I posted. Yeah, she got that picture like 10 minutes. I'd say where it's standing at the picture is pretty close to where the bolt was found after she shot it. So this picture is taken pointing. It's walking toward the cornfield. So it's got about 60 yards to walk to get to her.
It's a gorgeous buck, man.
Yeah.
I want to see more pictures. I want to see more pictures of them. I really hope you guys get more shots.
Yeah, that for the first deer, that's awesome. My first buck was a little 3-pointer.
Yeah, mine was a doe. I've never shot a buck, honestly. I've only got does under my belt. I'm a meat guy. I've never been too. I didn't start getting jealous of good mounts until I met you guys. And now I've got the other issue of, like, you know, not only am I jealous of the mounts, but I can't just go out there and get a 4-pointer and hang it on the wall, and now I'm like, you know, equals. It doesn't work like that.
It's a trophy to each person.
It is, yeah. Yeah, but Jeep looks absolutely miserable for being his first deer. I know. I was thinking the same thing. I don't know. But Jeep, we need the backstory on this, man. What's the story on that? That's a. I'm not gonna lie. I want that picture to be the winner this week. I want that one.
And if he had to drag it out by himself, maybe he's wore out.
Yeah, and he had to he shot his buck, and now he's realizing all the work that comes afterwards, tracking him, dragging him out. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's like 6 o'clock at night now. He's been doing this all day, and now he's got to dress him out.
Yeah, the work begins after the harvest.
Yeah. Have a bad habit of skull capping everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get a good mount. I go up to Wisconsin. I get myself a good buck one of these days, if that ever happens. You're rest assured that thing's going on the wall. If I get something down here in Texas, it's gonna be European mount for sure. It looks like he had to do some heavy lifting. Yeah, like he had to lift it up there himself. And that's all funny, Bajib, but dude, kudos, congratulations on a good first deer, man. You did good.
Yep.
And then, of course, you guys get out there. There's Rate Homings again. He got a good catch. Big Miles got himself a nice buck. Congratulations on that, sir. And then, of course, because it's dinner time, we've got to have some dinner time picks.
Yeah, this is my. I've made jerky, but it's always been with slices of meat. This was out of ground beef.
That turned out good?
It turned out pretty good. The texture is kind of weird. It's like soft. Basically, it melts in your mouth. But I bought one of those jerky guns, and I'll probably do it again. This first time I actually did it with liquid marinade, so shooting it out of the gun was juicy, messy. I think the next time I do it, I'll use some dry seasonings.
I'm curious. Man, I wish you'd make a video on that. I don't know what my mental block is. I've never done jerky. I've smoked stuff, and I could probably just do it, if I tried, but I feel like I'm doing it wrong. I could use somebody with your expertise, like showing me how to do it.
Yeah, it was my first time with the jerky gun. I've always just used a knife or a slicer and slices.
And I know we're pressed for time. Grant, you good if we finish this off and run our contest, see who's the winner?
Oh yeah, plenty of time. I ate before, so.
You guys in the chat, I hope you're all good because we need to know who is going to be joining us for the 2023 Photographer of the Week Wall of Fame. We need to pick the best picture. We're gonna take 2 this week, the top 2 winners, because we've had 2 weeks. Who's going to be joining this board and this board for the best pictures of 2023? Our options this week are PX Hamo with that pike, Rate Homings with that good kill, Rush Hour Fishing with his kingfish, and EVR with that trout. Throw them in the chat, guys. What do we got? Your pronghorn. I did not see that, Zane. When did you post it? It takes me a couple of hours to put together the PowerPoint, so I do get started in the morning. So if you posted it after this morning, then it's going to be in next week. And my apologies on that. It just takes forever to put this together. Next time, like next season when we do this, I've got to figure out like a different way of doing everybody's names or something on this, because it's like typing out the name and then choosing the font and making sure that the layers are all like in order to be a pain.
Gotcha.
We got see. Hey, what's up, Outdoors Fishing Dream? Good to see you, man. Edward, how are you? 3, 4. Ooh. Rush Hour running with it, man. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes so far.
Nice.
Interesting. Zane, my apologies. Then I missed you. And I'm sorry about that. I will make sure to get you in, and I apologize. I will, if you want to specifically DM me the pictures, I will ensure that they get in, and I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That's going around, dude. I don't know if you noticed or not. I'm a little under the weather myself. We had some sickness issues here at the house this weekend, and John is out. Who is Scully is also suffering from some sickness.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff going around.
Yeah. It's worldwide, apparently. Outdoors Fishing Dream is in the Philippines. And I got to say, if you are a fan of, you want to see some really cool fishing on the other side of the world, something that is a little bit different from what we do. I say we're all over the world. We got people from all over the place. But man, if you want to see something like that, Outdoors Fishing Dream puts together some really quality fishing videos. You're going to be seeing a lot of his work in the near future, I promise. Great channel. Yes, everybody, please jump in on that on the vitamin C. Man, I'm sorry, Edward. I apologize. I'm not feeling well, dude. I'm sick. You got me sick, and now I'm like saying things wrong. I spelled Ben Covarrubias' name wrong. There's a couple of guys I didn't even try. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I'm thinking about a similar but completely unrelated thing and threw me off on that. So I am going to call it, guys. It is Rush Hour Fishing. Ran away with it this week. Second place is Rate Homings.
Yep.
A couple of great kills, and I'm glad we got some more red meat on the Wall of Fame too.
Yeah, I was just kind of flipping through here real quick, trying to see the photos, trying to see that. I can't find it.
Yes, yes. So now he comes into the live stream. He gets everybody sick. Thanks, Edward. Appreciate it. So that's it. I know we're like super over time. You make us. Yeah. All right. Enough with the sickness stuff, guys. You have things that you need to go do right now. We've got a couple of days left this week. Some of us have dinner like waiting for us now. And we got to get outdoors. Go have a great weekend. We've still got some nice weather out. We've got people who are out able to go do some hunting. Go do some amazing things. Go get some fresh air. Enjoy yourself. Take your families out there. Go do your thing. Send us a bunch of pictures. and come back again next weekend so that we can do this all over again.
Yes,
Thank you
indeed.
so much, man. I know we're over time, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down.
Yep, it was fun. Everybody have a great week.
Yep.
Get the feeling better.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.